Welcome back everyone to the Parkit Disc Golf YouTube channel. We are showcasing the layout for the upcoming Parkit at the Plex tournament on August 2nd. This will be stop number 4 on the Highland Rim Chainbreaker Series tour we're putting on, so we're over halfway there. It's been exciting to see the season points progress. Looking forward to an exciting finish for the HRC Tour, which will be right down the road at the Cane Creek Disc Golf Course in October. This time around though, we have a temporary course at the Cane Creek Sportsplex. It's a 5,562 foot par 56 course. Very excited and thankful to be able to have this tournament thanks to those who made it possible. We've only done a tournament here once before a long time ago, so it's great to be back with a fresh new layout. This track has a ton of character and teeth as well, with lots of sloped greens and danger. It should be a fun one that comes down to the very last hole, so without further ado, let's get started. Starting us off here is hole 1. It is a 226 foot par 3. Pretty straight, maybe a little bit of finish at the end, and you'll see it at the end over here on the left. Don't go too far, the pavement will be out of bounds. The specific OB rules for each hole will be listed in the caddy book and on PDGA, so I won't cover it in detail, but I will say all paved surfaces and fence crossings will be out of bounds. You might see some rocky culverts roped off as well, that will be OB also. Some holes have drop zones while others are standard OB rules. Be sure to pay attention to that. Up next is hole 2. It's a 257 foot par 3. You're going up this wooded tunnel here, and you're going to want it to finish a little bit to the right. Pretty standard stock shot. A decent amount uphill, so try not to leave that one short. Hole 3, par 3, 257 feet. This is going to be an interesting one. You have to clear the parking lot and land over here on the grass. This gate will be open and the basket will be sitting 10 to 15 feet inside of there. This is a little bit better view of it from the top, but you can see the inbounds area that we'll have marked off. So it should be a tricky little island hole. Hole 4, par 3, teeing off right here on the edge of the pavement. You're going all the way across the pavement into the grass here. There's a little bit of a higher elevated hill right here, and the basket's going to be sitting on top of that, just short of the large gravel. Hole 5, par 3, 255 feet. This one's definitely going to be tricky. You've got the OB fence on the right, and then you have a telephone pole, and it's going to be sitting snug right in between those two, right on the side of that hill. Lots of dangerous rollaway potential, but a very tight landing area. Be sure to put it close. Hole 6, par 3, 316 feet, teeing off on the pavement right in front of the fence there. We're going all the way across the parking lot in this skinny section. Got to go over the fence, but get down to the grass right before the pavement. Basket's going to be sitting about 15 feet left of the light pole there. Hole 7, par 3, 267 feet. This one's got some uphill elevation as well. You're going to see another sloped green right to left. We're going right past this power station here, and it's going to be about halfway in between that and the light pole up on the right. Pretty big green to land up here, but keep in mind that is sloped. Hole 8, par 3, 452. This should be a bomber hole. I think a lot of this vegetation right here should be bush hogged before the tournament. This is a big downhill shot, so should make that 450 a little bit easier. It's going to be nestled right here in kind of like this little gap right at the shade line. Just don't go too far with the water in the back. Hole 9, par 4, 486 feet. We're going to be teeing off right here in the mode area, kind of in the corner. Again, most of that stuff should be bush hogged before the tournament, but you got a big uphill trek, 486 all the way up the hill. Basket's going to be on the in between kind of where Danny and I are standing. You got a little bit of a sloped green right there. Make sure you don't go out of bounds over the fence to the right. Hole 10, par 3. This is 221 feet. Got Mr. Danny himself jogging out there to show us where it's going. This one is on the shorter side, but man, wait till you see this rollaway potential on the backside. The drone doesn't do this justice, but that hill is incredibly steep. You go long and you have a ton of danger. Leave it a little bit short and you have a very scary death butt. We're going to take another view from overhead here, try to show you a little bit more of that angle. This hill has to be anywhere from 15 to 20 feet tall. Put it close or smash the putt. No other option. Hole 11, par 3, 310 feet. We're going up the hill, bending around the fence. Mando left of the light pole, proceed to drop zone if missed with a penalty stroke. The fence to the right will be out of bounds. Be wary of that. We're going up here into the shade, tucked around to the right. Hopefully get you a good flare skip and jump around over here in between these 3 trees. Hole 12, par 3, 275 feet. Double Mando, proceed to drop zone if missed with a penalty stroke. These cars are basically right on the tee pad, but we're going to shoot through this gap and go back into the woods. You're just trying to go down this tunnel and let something finish off to the left. Hoff is standing right where the basket's going. Don't know if there is a drop off behind there, to be honest. If it's on par with the other greens, I would say so. Hole 13, par 3. This one's pretty fun. 311. It did get a little bit of trimming, so it's not quite that tight. Shooting out the gap, I did fly the drone through a separate gap. The tee pad, I believe, may be off to the right a little bit farther, but shooting out into the open and just trying to get around the big power line tower. Hole 14, par 3, 296 feet. Going across an opening, and then we're going to have a really pretty green right here. A couple of wide open trees. Shouldn't be too difficult to putt around if you get a little bit out of position. Nice pretty green. I like it. Hole 15, another par 4, 538 feet. Bending right the whole way. Chuck it up this hill as far as you can. Try to leave it wide on that approach. Don't want to get a big skip. Of course, we're putting the basket right on the edge here. Big rollaway potential off to the right. Be wary of that. Hole 16, par 3. This is a fun little shot, 283 feet. An island green for the strip of grass in between the 2 ball fields. Both ball fields and pavement along of the island are out of bounds. Standard OB rules on this one, no drop zone. We're going to have a basket right here, maybe 20 feet or so from the pavement. Hole 17, par 3, 265 feet. As straight as they come, right down this tunnel of trees. We're going to be putting the basket right at the edge or so of this last shadow, just right there in front of you. Hole 18, last one, par 3, 330 feet. Really skinny fairway the whole way. Pavement, fences, and marked culvert area are out of bounds. Lots of risk reward here. If you go OB, the drop zone's only about 100 feet from the tee pad, so make that tee shot count. Got a big decision to make. So that wraps it up for the Parkit at the Plex layout. Really excited to get out there. This is a temp course. not something you get to play all the time. Just over 5,500 feet, should be attackable for a lot of different players, but still got a lot of character to make it a fun trek. Looking forward to it. We'll see you out there on the course.